Hello, and welcome to the Wisconsin Department of Public Instruction's Professional Learning modules on the Wisconsin Career Readiness Standards. In this fourth module, Understanding the WCRS Framework, we'll continue our journey into how career readiness can be embedded within educational systems across Wisconsin by fully understanding the standards themselves. This session will focus on building a clear understanding of the framework, its structure, intent, and the strands that define what it means for students to graduate career, learning, and life ready. By grounding ourselves in the details of the framework, we can better ensure fidelity and consistency when applying the standards in our own schools and districts. As we journey through the Wisconsin Career Readiness Standards professional learning modules, you'll also have access to an optional resource, the WCRS Participant Workbook. This digital workbook is available on the WCRS webpage on the Wisconsin Department of Public Instruction's website. This resource is designed to help you engage more deeply with the content. It includes guided reflection questions, interactive activities, and space to document your thoughts and ideas as you move through the modules. While optional, the workbook can be a valuable tool for turning learning into action in your school or district. I'll point you to specific sections at key moments, but feel free to use it in the way that works best for you, jotting notes, brainstorming strategies, or reflecting on connections to your own context. You can print the workbook or use it as a fillable PDF. Let's get started. As we begin today's session, let's take a look at our learning objectives for Module 4. Module 4 is focused on building a clear understanding of the Wisconsin Career Readiness Standards Framework. We'll explore how the standards are structured, their intent, and the specific competencies and skills they promote to ensure students are prepared for their future careers and life. This foundation is essential. For the WCRS to make an impact, every educator and stakeholder needs to understand not just the vision, but also the structure, so that the standards are applied with fidelity in each school and district. By the end of this module, you will understand the WCRS framework and its key strands, reflect on how the standards connect to your school or district's current priorities, and explore how the standards can guide practice across roles and grade levels. Next, I'd like to share a message from Dr. Jill Underly, our state superintendent, that really encapsulates the purpose and vision behind Wisconsin's career readiness standards. Career readiness is an essential part of a comprehensive pre-K through 12th grade education for all students and gives Wisconsin students a way to understand and empower themselves and their worlds. The knowledge, skills, and habits of mind gained through career readiness education in Wisconsin schools support the Wisconsin Department of Public Instruction's vision of engaged learners creating a better Wisconsin together. As Dr. Underly emphasizes, career readiness is a crucial part of a comprehensive education. It's more than just preparing students for jobs. It's about empowering them to understand and shape their world. The skills and habits students gain through career readiness helps them become engaged learners who can contribute to building a better Wisconsin. This vision aligns with our goals for today, to explore how these standards can support our students in becoming future-ready, capable, and confident members of our communities. Let's take a moment to review the basics of Wisconsin's academic standards policy. These standards are designed to clearly define what students should know and be able to do at each grade level. They serve as goals for teaching and learning across the state, ensuring that students are being equipped with the knowledge and skills necessary for success beyond the classroom. It's important to note that in Wisconsin, all state standards serve as a model. Local school boards are responsible for adopting standards that best meet the needs of their local communities. This flexibility allows districts to tailor their approach while ensuring that all students have equal access to high-quality educational programs. While the adoption of these standards is voluntary, many districts use them as a guide for developing curriculum. Implementing these standards may lead to updates in instructional methods, curriculum material adoption, and even assessments. This ensures that educators have the tools and guidance necessary to prepare students for their futures. In Wisconsin, various groups of stakeholders from across the state are often involved in the process of adopting and setting standards at the state level. The variety of voices and level of expertise and experience in these groups highlights the Wisconsin Department of Public Instruction's commitment to educator voice, local control, meeting the needs of each and every community, and best practices, to ensure that state-level initiatives are designed for advancing educational practices and systems in every corner of our state. In the case of the WCRS, we also want to again call out the many professionals, educators, and stakeholders who came together to develop these standards as a representation of the future of career readiness in Wisconsin. Their expertise from a wide array of fields, from education to industry, helped ensure that the Wisconsin Career Readiness Standards are reflective of both the realities of today's job market and the aspirations we have for our students in the future. Thank you to these valuable professionals and for your unwavering support of career readiness for Wisconsin students. Now that we've covered the basics of Wisconsin's academic standards, let's take a look at the structure of the WCRS. The release of the WCRS provides a set of important academic standards for school districts to implement. These standards are organized into 3 distinct strands: career ready, life ready, and learning ready. While career readiness is often associated with employability skills, the WCRS goes beyond that. It recognizes that being truly career ready means also being prepared for life and lifelong learning. These 3 strands reflect the comprehensive set of skills that students need to thrive both in their careers and in life as a whole. There is some natural overlap between these strands, as the skills required for career readiness often intersect with those needed for life and learning readiness. Together, these strands form a cohesive framework that prepares students for success across all aspects of their lives. As we look at the structure of the Wisconsin Career Readiness Standards, it's important to recognize that you're getting more than just career readiness. These standards were intentionally crafted to incorporate elements from a wide range of high-leverage resources, both at the state and national level. The WCRS are influenced by important frameworks like Wisconsin Social-Emotional Learning Standards and Competencies, Personal Financial Literacy, and Information and Technology Literacy Standards. They also draw on competencies from areas such as entrepreneurship education, STEM skills, the ASCA mindsets and behaviors for school counselors, and even global leadership outcomes and decision education standards. This integration ensures that the WCRS provide a well-rounded, holistic approach to student development, bringing together career readiness with essential life and learning skills. The result is a set of standards that prepares students not just for the workforce, but for all aspects of life in a rapidly changing world. Let's start with the structure of the standards as a baseline for understanding and use. The Wisconsin Standards for Career Readiness follow a specific format to ensure clarity and consistency across all content areas. Each standard is organized into 4 key parts: the discipline, which represents the career and technical education program area; the strand, which identifies an instructional topic within that discipline; the standard, which is a broad statement outlining what students are expected to know or be able to do; and the learning priority, which breaks down that broad statement into smaller, more manageable learning goals. Each standard also has its own coding structure, with strands coded as CAR for Career Ready, LRN for Learning Ready, and LIF for Life Ready. This coding helps educators easily identify the specific focus of each standard. Understanding this structure will help us as we move forward and explore how these standards can be applied in our systems. Now that you're ready to access the entire set of WCRS standards, you can find a link to open the file, the Wisconsin Standards for Career Readiness, on the Wisconsin Department of Public Instruction's WCRS webpage. We recommend pausing the video here to pull that file up and make it accessible to you and your team before going further. Welcome back. Now that you understand how the standards are set up and you have your copy of the WCRS, let's dive into the first strand of the WCRS, the Career Ready strand. This strand focuses on guiding students through the process of planning for their future education, training, and career goals. It's designed to ensure that students are aware of their options, explore various opportunities, and ultimately create a solid plan for their futures. The Career Ready strand is built around 4 key standards. First, career awareness ensures that students understand how their interests, skills, and strengths connect to future career opportunities. Next, career exploration encourages students to explore multiple career paths and educational choices, helping them compare and contrast how those options align with their personal skills and interests. Then, we have career planning, where students use their knowledge and exploration to develop a plan for reaching their individual education and career goals. Finally, there are 2 components of career preparation: WCRS.CAR.4A, which focuses on students implementing their career plans in the community through workplace experiences, and WCRS.CAR.4B, which emphasizes putting post-secondary education and training plans into action. Together, these standards guide students from early awareness through concrete steps to prepare for and pursue their post-secondary and career goals, giving them real-world experiences and actionable plans. Now we're going to pause and make this more personal. In this activity, you will reflect on your own career readiness journey. Think back to when you first entered the workforce. What skills did you already have, and which ones did you wish you were stronger in? For this activity, you will find a link on the WCRS website to a Module 4 reflection sheet, or you will find a copy of the reflection sheet embedded in the optional participant workbook. This reflection sheet, however you access it, will support you in engaging thoughtfully with the Career Ready strand of the WCRS. On your reflection sheet, you'll see the 19 Career Ready learning priorities. Take a moment to review each one and mark it with a color. Green means you felt prepared, yellow means you felt somewhat prepared, and red indicates that you felt you were not prepared. When you're done, circle one red skill that, if you had been stronger in it, would have made the biggest difference in your transition into the workforce. Let's pause here and complete this individual work before you take time to discuss and learn from others. When you're ready to resume the video, please just hit play. Welcome back. Now that you've finished your own individual work on the reflection sheet, take the time to reflect upon and discuss your results with others to learn more about your team's experiences with historical career readiness. In your team, begin by sharing your top 3 strengths and bottom 3 learning intentions in which you were the least prepared for the workforce. Discuss how these skills, or lack thereof, affected your early career. Consider which unmet standards would have made a significant difference for you. Listen for patterns. Where did you feel most prepared? Across your team, where were the biggest gaps? And how might those same priorities affect students today? To help guide your team discussion, various prompts are included in the optional participant guide to help your team structure your conversation and write down key takeaways. This is a great place to pause the recording and engage in the team components of this activity. After taking time to work and bring your learning together as a team, restart the video when you're ready to move on to continue Module 4. Welcome back. Next, we have the Learning Ready strand, which focuses on how K-12 classroom learning prepares students not only for their future careers, but also for lifelong learning. This strand emphasizes the connection between academic success and the skills needed to thrive in any career path. The Learning Ready strand is built around 4 key standards. First, academic skills ensures that students acquire both academic skills and real-life experiences that will prepare them for future education and careers. Next, critical thinking and problem solving focuses on helping students develop the motivation, critical thinking, and creative problem-solving abilities necessary to succeed in their education and future careers. Then, innovation, mindset, and skills encourages students to adopt a spirit of innovation and creativity, where they learn to take educational risks, accept failure, and grow from mistakes as they pursue their goals. Finally, technology skills ensures that students gain proficiency in the technology skills commonly required across all career fields. Together, these standards prepare students with the academic, critical thinking, creative, and technical skills needed to be successful, adaptable learners throughout their lives. Now, we'll explore the Learning Ready strand using something called a tuning protocol. This is how the tuning protocol works. First, we'll ask you to take about 5 minutes to read through the Learning Ready standards. You can jot down any thoughts, questions, or observations. For this initial read-through, you can use the activity sheet that's available within the Resources section of the Wisconsin Department of Public Instruction's WCRS page to help guide your individual reflection. Or you can use additional space on the optional tuning protocol that can be found in the optional participant workbook under Module 4 activities. After you've read through all of the standards individually, return to the standards and think about them in terms of warm feedback and cool feedback. Specifically, warm feedback includes what resonates with you, what are the strengths of these standards, and how they align with your current practices. On the converse, Cool feedback includes challenges or gaps within the standards as you consider the needs of your system. When you're finished with your individual reflection, we'll ask you to engage with your local team to share, analyze, and discuss your individual responses to this tuning protocol activity. As a team, you should start by sharing your warm feedback and then move to your individual cool feedback, discussing weaknesses, challenges, or gaps. Finally, brainstorm how you might supplement or support the standards in your system to rely on the WCRS and also differentiate programming with supplements or supports to ensure a great fit between career readiness initiatives and the priorities and values of your own system. To help guide and structure your small group discussion, there is a page to record key insights in your optional participant workbook following your guided team discussion. We encourage you here to pause your Module 4 to fully engage in individual reflection and then engage with your team in this valuable discussion. When you're ready, please resume the Module 4 recording. Welcome back. The final strand of the Wisconsin Career Readiness Standards is the Life Ready strand. This strand focuses on developing students' ability to understand themselves and others and to act with purpose, responsibility, and leadership in a variety of contexts. The goal is to help students grow into well-rounded individuals who can collaborate, advocate, and lead effectively, both personally and professionally. The Life Ready strand is built around 4 key standards. First, self-awareness, management, and responsibility focuses on helping students gain insight into themselves, building a foundation for success in personal, educational, and career settings. Next, interpersonal communication and collaboration teaches students to use interpersonal skills to interact with others, fostering positive outcomes and collective success. Then, global competence encourages students to understand their impact on the world and develop the ability to engage effectively with people from diverse backgrounds and cultures. Finally, responsive leadership promotes taking action with responsibility, care, and purpose, empowering students to create positive change in their communities and beyond. These standards aim to develop students' social, emotional, and leadership capacities, preparing them to lead fulfilling lives and contribute positively to society. Finally, let's get into this Life Ready strand. We are going to take 5 minutes again to read through these standards and select one learning intention that resonates with you the most. Think about why you value it for your students, not just now, but also for your students as future community members that you may live alongside. Write down a few thoughts explaining why this is important to you. To complete this individual reflection, you can access the optional Life Readiness Reflection Sheet on the Wisconsin Department of Public Instruction's WCRS webpage, or you can utilize the embedded reflection sheet in the optional participant workbook. After you have completed your individual reflection again, one final time today, we're going to ask you to turn to your team and engage with them regarding your thoughts on life readiness. Again, an included small group reflection sheet is in your optional participant workbook to guide and structure your conversation and give you a space to record valuable perspectives. Listen to the unique life experiences and professional perspectives of your colleagues, noting the overlap and differences in your priorities. Ideally, a wide range of life readiness standards speaks to your team members, your students, and your community, as we work to cultivate a broad definition of life readiness in your students for a complex and ever-changing future. Here again is a great opportunity to pause the recording to complete both the individual and teaming activity. Resume the recording when you are ready to wrap up Module 4. Welcome back, and thank you again for joining us today for Module 4 of the Professional Learning Standards for the WCRS. As we've seen throughout this module, the Wisconsin Career Readiness Standards provide a powerful framework for preparing students not only for academic success, but for life beyond the classroom. These standards help students develop deep understandings, growing into curious and capable learners who experience joy and confidence in themselves. By embedding proven practices across all subject areas, we give them the flexibility to navigate an ever-changing world and the skills to question, critique, and productively engage within it. Ultimately, the WCRS opened doors to expanded professional opportunities, empowering students to pursue their unique paths with confidence and competence. As we move forward, let's reflect on how we can use these standards in our schools and communities ensuring we provide the comprehensive, holistic education every Wisconsin student needs to thrive. Thank you for taking this deep dive into the actual WCRS standards with us in Module 4. Reading the standards is valuable, but connecting with them emotionally and cognitively is what helps us grow as career readiness champions. Together, we can build a future where every Wisconsin student is truly ready for career, learning, and life. We look forward to continuing this journey with you in Module 5.